What's up, YouTube? So today's topic, I'm going to talk about the reasons why I refuse to help people when it comes to money, or the reasons why I don't lend money to people anymore. I did make a part one about this video, but I'm also gonna make a part two, and the reasons why it's not a good idea to people please. I don't like the word people pleasing. I feel like it's more so of a trauma response, but I'm gonna get more into it. So I've experienced situations to where like people will ask me for money and like don't ever uh, give it back to me. You know what I'm saying? So like, people will like lie to me saying that like, oh, if I give them a certain amount of money, they're gonna invest it and like increase my money chances, so I'm able to get more money in return. And I had friends, like work colleagues, who say shit like this, but they actually end up being fake and not true to the word. So I realized that like people really can't be trusted. Like a lot of people are selfish as fuck. They're very retarded mentally. They're very emotionally stunted, and they have nothing to offer when it comes to connections and when it comes to their life. Because the same people who do shit like this are the same people are the reasons why their lives are so fucked up, and they like to spread that negativity towards other people. And I've dealt with these types of people kind of my whole life growing up, but the only difference is that I didn't have a realization of what was going on. So I feel like spirit or life or God kind of put me into fucked up situations to where like I was always around abusive people, so I pretty much didn't have the free will or the or the ability to kind of think for myself and to kind of use my own observations and intuition, right? So as I'm getting older, I'm starting to learn about narcissism, abuse, people pleasing, and trauma and destructive patterns and habits that cause me to do the things I do, right? And a lot of people experience this shit as well. So as I'm getting older, learning about these things, I'm starting to realize that a lot of people, like it's easy for me to spot toxic people and people who are fake and two-faced. You'll be surprised on how fake people could be. Just because you know about narcissism, abuse, and shit like that. I thought I knew a lot about it, but no, I'll still get tricked. I'll still get manipulated by toxic people, right? When it comes to finances and stuff. There are times where like people will like kind of beg me, like they'll blow up my phone or they give me some any type of reasons or why they want money from me, and it seemed believable. So I was like, okay, I trust them, so I get the money, and then in return they'll leave me hanging, don't keep me updated, and they'll lie to me, and they'll come up with a bullshit excuse for like they'll pay me back until like next year when it comes to like $3,000 and just shit like that, right? So a lot of people, I realized they ain't shit. Like I'd have cut off a lot of people growing up. I'd have cut off family members. I'd have cut off work colleagues. It kind of sucks because there are times where like the same people would do me wrong. I am forced to be around these types of people, even though I really want. And I have cussed the people out before, but I really want to. I probably will confront them, depending on how I feel. But like, it gets annoying because a lot of people are like this everywhere. Some people like to call it spiritual warfare. Some people like to call it spiritual attacks. Some people like to say you're attracting narcissists, all this other shit. But I don't know, man. This shit gets frustrating. There are times where I just want to like fuck these people up, but there are other ways to go about it, like when it comes to confronting them. But how I look at it is this. This is why I watch videos. When this one channel, she talks about like the devil or like demons in human vessels, right? So it's just spiritual warfare. It's just part of the devil's playground, I like to call it, in this world where like people, they're so mentally weak and fragile that like they'll have negative entities um influencing their minds and influencing them to fucking steal shit from people, to lie to people, and to do unjustified shit towards people, towards innocent people, or like they like to take advantage of people's kindness, right? So a lot of people are like this. So I forgot where I was getting at, but like I realized a lot of people are like this. So as I'm getting older, especially as an adult, I'm starting to learn how to not be too trusting of people, and to also it's okay to set boundaries. It's okay to say no. It's okay to stand up for myself, because how I view life, I used to view life in an innocent way where like people kind of had the same mindset as me, not in a narcissistic way, but more so in a way where like they know right from wrong. They have emotional intelligence, but a lot of people aren't like that, sadly, and that's one of the reasons why their lives are shit, and that's the reasons why I did cut off a lot of people, and I still am to this day growing up. So when you're trying to better yourself, when you're in the right path, when you're doing the healing work, at least for me, I'm not saying it's gonna happen for you, but for me, it tends to get lonely because a lot of people aren't at my level and shit like that, and that's what I'm talking about. So when you're constantly dealing with people who would do shit that's very like weird and very like cowardly and injustice and shit, You gotta get these people. Well, at least for me, I don't want these people around my circle, so that's why I cut a lot of people off. So it is a lonely journey. It is a lonely road, but I feel like Life in Spirit, it purposely put me through this shit, even though it is aggravating. At times I have to look at shit from a higher perspective. So God, I personally believe God or Spirit purposely put me through this shit without me realizing it until the last minute, so I can hit rock bottom, so I can make changes. So once I make the changes, I'm able to heal it and overcome, which is gonna be a slow process. But since I am in the process, it's better than not starting. So I am in the process of healing and doing the healing work. So in the future, if I see those patterns again, I won't repeat the same cycles, and that's where you get your karmic cycles from. And in return, maybe I can help other people in the near future to not make the same mistakes as I'm making, and I can use it to the best of my ability and to my advantage. So that's reasons why I don't like to help people when it comes to money. Originally I did, but all these toxic motherfuckers, they fuck shit up. So yeah, so if you know me personally, don't ask me for money because I'm not gonna fucking give it to you. So yeah, but yeah, people make me call me bitter or this. I don't give a fuck, man. Like, people ain't shit. So anyways, just like my previous videos, whenever I experience disappointment or a lot of shit that pisses me off, I like to use it to my advantage. So like instead of transmuting my anger and projecting it towards the wrong types of people and situations, I rather turn that into energy to, well, first heal from it and like cry it out, release anger. But I like to use that energy to fuel me to become a better version of myself, to not become the types of people that I had to deal with that I had no control over or awareness of from the past, right? Not saying I'm not gonna be tricked or deceived, because a lot of people are so fucking like two-faced. So like I feel like I still am gonna get deceived and manipulated, but at least I am making improvements to listen to my intuition more and see what they're doing is right or wrong. So I don't know. I've experienced a lot of weird situations with people. I personally blame spiritual warfare and demonic entities and the devil trying to like use people to attack me and shit like that. And a lot of people experience this shit as well. So that's all I got to say. Transmute your anger, your sadness, your frustrations into your greatness. Do the healing work. Do shadow work. Reflect. Don't let these demonic entities or these people turn you into a negative person. Just try to transmute that shit, because like I said, we live in the devil's playground. So a lot of people are influenced by toxicity. So it's easy to get angry. It's easy to get pissed off and to project that shit towards people. It's easy to inflict pain onto other people. So don't do that. This is why it's important to do shadow work, to do healing, go to therapy if you have to, talk to someone. Do the healing work and learn from it, and look at it from a higher perspective, and just know that you're not alone, and just know that you will get something good out of it depending on how you decide to transmute the energy to your favor. So have a good one. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.